So fitness and fitness knowledge is very much like politics. The candidate that has the most amount of money or backing is the one that usually wins, and it's not necessarily the one that really is going to make improvements for that country. And going with the theme of the US debate that's going on, I started to realize that a lot of fitness information is based on who has the most amount of money or who has the most amount of cash to make their opinion and their product the most popular. This is where the problem is, and it's not with the people that are producing this content, it's the problem is with the people that are consuming it. So I want you to watch the video with me and we'll go through it step by step. So if you are new to the channel, my name is Laith and I have trained hundreds and hundreds of people for the past 2 decades in health and wellness.
This is how to get in shape in 7 minutes a day. If you're trying to lose weight and get healthy, you need to...
So right off the bat, she has these movements that I probably wouldn't even prescribe to my parents who are 80 years old, but the point being is that she's going general in terms of the movements, and this doesn't add much value. It's too watered down, I would say. And if we use that same protocol we gave it to a 20-year-old, would they see any results? And the answer is no. And this is the way that they bait people in. They make it seem so simple, only 7 minutes, whatever it is. So anybody can do it. So people that are frustrated with their fitness journey are going to click on this to see what it's about.
Stop running. Hey, how's it going?
I'm trying to work out here.
I don't know why you're trying to use that to lose weight. You know it just stresses your body out, right?
What do you mean?
Running equals weight gain, especially for women over 40. When your metabolism slows down, you hold on to fat and gain weight. Releases cortisol and does the exact opposite of what you're trying to do in this stinky place.
Really?
So she's using the argument that when you work out or do anything in terms of strainers on the body, it releases cortisol in terms of the hormone, and that kind of blocks the use of fat as energy. And the thing is, it's misleading to say that because you want that to happen when you're working out because that's how the body adapts to it and it needs that, but straight after your workout it drops down. And the thing with cortisol, you don't want it to stay elevated all day and it becomes chronic. That's when people are super stressed and go days and days with stress. That's where the problems start to happen.
You don't even need to be here.
You're kidding me.
Now you just need 7 minutes a day in the comfort of your own home to look like this.
Oh my goodness.
What I do is a 7 minute a day SIT workout that's really targeted from the comfort of my own home. 7 minutes, it's all I do. It's that simple to be able to activate your body and be able to have arms like that and not go to the gym. Nothing else works for me except for that.
No way. Come on.
Put the back down, I gotta prove it to you. Let's have chest up, shoulders back, take your arms out to the sides, and then pull your shoulder blades together from the back. That's it.
I felt that.
And then clap small and down.
It's just that simple.
If people are so fucking stupid that they really believe that all their problems in terms of health and wellness are solved by doing this or doing this, and that's the secret to them being able to become healthier, then there's a big problem. And the reality is what she's talking about. You can see she's overly thin, and anybody that is at that level of fat in their body, their muscles are going to show. It doesn't mean that they're on the healthier side. The reality is if you look at her muscle mass, it's not that impressive. And what she's trying to sell to people is that it's so simple that you just do a few arm circles and stuff like that, that it's going to give you the results that you want.
Well, it's that simple, just 7 minutes, literally 7 minutes, and it can change the way that you look.
I went from a size 14 down to a 2.
Wait, what? 14 to a what?
I'm going to skip the testimonials because they're full of shit, but anyway.
Getting in shape, because what I'm about to share with you can help you get fit in just...
So I want you to notice this. So this is probably a professional company that is doing the filming and the marketing for her. If it is her, she might be a front person doing this, but you'll notice in the video that there's credentials that she has on the wall. This is to show the credibility that she knows what she's talking about. And further on in the video, she's going to associate herself with other names, so big institutions and other universities. So it shows that she's credible in terms of what she's talking about.
7 minutes a day. I've helped thousands of people lose weight and get fit in just 7 minutes a day with my SIT routine. Now, according to both the American Heart Association and the American Stroke Association, SIT is way more effective for weight loss, heart strengthening, and fitness than just a regular workout.
I'm 53. I'm the mother.
So you see there she's used the Heart Association and institutions that are respected and used literature or taking it out of context to sit there and say that a SIT workout, an SIT workout, is the most most effective way at losing fat. The reality is we need to distinguish between what we do in the gym, because that's not what we do to lose weight, and the food that we're eating. They're very different in that sense. There are overlapping elements of them, but we've got to distinguish between them, or separate them at least.
I have 2 grandbabies. I had allowed myself to gain weight. I was up to 180, and I was just at this point.
It takes the best of high-intensity SIT and condenses it down into easier, shorter exercises with no running or sprinting at all. These are super simple, super effective moves that give your hormones the kick that they need to boost your body's natural metabolic multipliers and switch.
Metabolic multipliers, I don't even know what the fuck that means. I mean, she's used SIT, and then she's used these multiplier and
fat burning mode even hours after a
fat burning mode
workout. Now, research from leading universities found that 1 minute, just 1 minute of these unique movements can give you the same results or better.
So she's already trying to show you that there's unique movements and there's unique food or unique combination of food, because she has other videos that talk about the combination of foods are what makes you lose weight. So she's trying to show you that there's a secret way to do this, and obviously you're going to need her help to figure what that out is. And you'll see towards the end of the video that there's the sales pitch as well. And the other thing is that she's talking about high intensity stuff, and the reality is that when we look at zone 5, for example, high intensity, we've gone from using fat or predominantly fat as an energy source versus your sugars in your system as a source. So when we do a zone 2, which is a light cardio session, which can go for a very long period, you're usually using predominantly fat in terms of your energy. And then once it starts to become very intense, then it starts to switch more in terms of using sugar to fuel it, because it's easier to break down. So what she's saying isn't even correct, because she's just assuming everybody's going to do it at high intensity to lose fat. And again, we need to kind of separate between the two.
Is working out for 45 minutes. The New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and even the National Institutes of Health have reviewed and recommended this program.
So you see how she's used big names to associate, and I tried to look for these, and there's nothing that they recommend and talk about in that regard.
No wonder it's helped my clients lose 20, 30, even 100 pounds when nothing else has worked. To make sure that anyone can get the body that they desire and have access to this program, I want to share this with you right now. Just go ahead and click the link below this video to learn more.
I saw your ad.
So I'm not going to finish the whole thing, but this is her call to action where she's going to try to sell you something. And I went onto her website to see and click the link, and it's basically, now it's 5 minutes is all you need. It was 7 minutes, and then it was 1 minute. So it's very confusing, but if for only $29, you're able to get a combat the 2 biggest enemies of 40 plus women: metabolism and inflammation, the 5 weird supreme superfoods, not even supreme superfoods now. Let's add more words to that, and other things. So if you do click on it, you go to this where it used to be $290, but now it's for a magical $29, and then you'll see that there's only 3 spots left, so they're trying to force you or feel that they're limited supply, and they give you a time that it's going to expire soon, so make sure that you get this special offer with that. And the thing that bothers me with these people, and there's so many out there, that they're prying on people's or using people's weaknesses and insecurities to sell them things. And the problem that they're trying to complicate what health and wellness is, and trying to make it more difficult to understand, so people rely on these people and give them their money for them to show them how to do certain things. And anybody that tries to tell you that there's only one way to do something is trying to sell you something, and case in point is this. The reality is there's so many different ways to get to the same objective, and certain things work for certain people, and it's all dependent on the personality, on their lifestyle, that you've got to find what works for you that you can sustain for the rest of your life. So even resistance training, when we talk about strength training, resistance training, there's many ways to do it. It's not just lifting weights. You can lift weights, you can do calisthenics, which is more body weight stuff. You can do weight training, you can do kettlebells, you can do machines, all of you can even do bands. All of these will get to the same point if done correctly. So sitting there trying to sell you something that this is the only way to do it is bullshit. And the other part is the nutrition part, that keto is the only way, or eating a Mediterranean diet is the only way, or whatever it is. Everybody's trying to carve a place within the fitness industry that they're trying to make a unique selling point that they've created something, or they're invented, or they've discovered something, the unique movements or the secret movement, all of these things, and combining different names together to create a new method. The thing is, everything has already been discovered and done. People are just kind of meshing things together and trying to make it their own thing just because they want to stand out and be unique. The reality is, honestly, it's beyond simple. You go into the gym, you lift some weight. You don't even have to go to the gym. There's so many different options. And in terms of the nutrition, eat less than you need, you will lose the fat. And I've talked about this, the Twinkie diet, the McDonald's diet, it all talks about the same thing. In the reality is that if you eat less, regardless of what that is, you will lose the fat. I'm not saying it's a healthy way to do it, but the reality is if we eat less than what we need, we will lose the fat. We don't need gimmicks. We don't need to spend money. There's so much free information out there that you can figure a lot of this stuff out on your own. And there's people like myself that are willing to help and guide people in this if people just reach out and ask. So that's my issue with these people, and I'm not going to sit there and go through everybody because there's so many out there, but I just wanted to highlight this, that please don't fall for these gimmicks, because it just encourages these people to do more of this. And obviously they're making money because they keep doing this and they spend thousands and thousands, and that just brings me back to my same point, that the people that have the most amount of money or are willing to throw enough money into this, their rhetoric is what becomes reality for people. So when they sit there and talk about put cinnamon with your water, you'll lose weight, you'll lose fat, or put vinegar with, these are all, there might be a bit of science behind it that it does affect, but it's so minimal that you need to realize that there's a bigger picture out there, and there's more important things in your life that you need to start to cut out before you sit there and do these tiny things in your life that aren't going to add much value, or you probably won't even notice it. So anyway, that's the video for today. And if you feel lost with your workouts, you can download down my free 12-week program that's for beginners. It has videos in there. It tells you what to do. It has explanations of everything. And it's very simple. And again, you can always reach out to me if you don't understand what's going on. And you can also, over here, subscribe to my newsletter, which I send out once a week with information on it that will help guide you. And it's all for free. And I try to provide as much information to people as possible. And I'm always as accessible as possible to people when they need the help. So until next week, enjoy your week and stay active as always.